Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. I just decided I wanted to talk about a subject I've been meaning to talk about as far as the NFL. Now, to be fair, they were white coaches fired this year as well as the black coaches. So I will put that out because I know some Mayonnaise Nation member going to try to bring that up. And I don't need your assistance. I know what I'm talking about. But let's just face the fact. It's obvious that it's out there that it's a short leash for black coaches versus, white coaches, with the exception of Mike Tomlin, because one thing about the Rooneys, as long as you win or semi-win or you is at least successful, you'll keep your job. At least if you get hired with the Rooneys, no matter what color you are, you at least gonna stay there at least 10, 11, 12 seasons if you choose to. Mike Tomlin won a Super Bowl. Mike Tomlin has a winning record. You know what I'm saying? And he got the coach, future Hall of Fame quarterback in Ben Roethlisberger, even though I think to a certain degree Ben Roethlisberger is a piece of shit. He's a suspect racist, and he's a suspect white supremacist. So it is what it is. But getting back to the NFL, look, I know the Rooneys meant well when they came up with the Rooney Rule, but at the end of the day, once again, you forcing these teams to try to hire blacks that they really don't want there, that they gonna fire at the drop of a dime. Let's just face the fact. The only thing the NFL want out of blacks is for them to play. They don't want them to coach, and they don't want them to be owners of teams. Let's just face the fact. That's the true shut up and play mentality. Basically, the be quiet boy. They truly do have a slave master mentality when it comes to black ownership in the NFL and certain positions in the NFL. Now, we all know that they're going to be fixated on this thing about bringing women in and all that type of shit. But at the end of the day, it is a short leash for black coaches. And to a certain degree, it's still a short leash for black quarterbacks. People still do not believe in a black quarterback, no matter how much they try to pretend. That's just the bottom line. They don't care. They do not believe in black quarterbacks. They still believe that blacks are not as smart as whites when it comes to controlling the offense of a team, learning the playbook, learning how to throw the ball in tight positions and all that type of shit. So, I mean, they just don't believe in blacks as far as certain positions go. Now, they want you to run the ball and be able to make tackles and catch the ball and all that shit. Yeah, but as far as you leading the team, quote unquote, as far as the quarterback, people still don't believe in a black quarterback. Now, as far as the coaching go, you only as good as the team you have on the field. Because at the end of the day, most coaches are not the GM. They coach the players that the GM bring in. The GM is his job to bring in the players that make your team better. And a lot of times these GMs don't know how to select players or sign free agents. And that's all it comes down to. People just need to tell the truth about this shit. You know what I'm saying? You only as good as your quarterback, your wide receiver, or your defense, or your offense. And it's your job to make, as the GM, the team better. And a lot of times the GM don't get enough of the blame. Because it's funny how these GMs, in most cases, be white. They bring in these black coaches, and then they don't bring in the parts that they need, the players that they need to make the team successful. But then they don't get none of the blame. They should get most of the blame, to be honest with you. The general managers and the ownership. You know what I'm saying? But most of these NFL owners don't know nothing about football. They just own the team and they make money off of it. You know what I'm saying? At least Al Davis semi knew something about football because he was a former coach. But then again, the league unfortunately had passed Al Davis up. and he didn't know how to adapt of the new, system of the NFL. So I'm just keeping it 100, man. But anyway, that's all I have to say about that. The Rooney Rule is a joke, and I just think that they need to go another direction, and that's just my honest opinion. And the more I see this shit, like I say, the more and more I'm happy with why I don't fuck with the NFL. I'm out.